pink sheets. That's what our correspondent Portia Gabo had reported. But still, there were issues. And along the line, they wanted to do something like they did with Okankwe Central. Okay, let's work with the ones that we agree on and see who wins the election in that constituency. Again, that was not agreed upon. And our correspondents report, before they knew it, the results had been declared in favor of Irabna Obin. And we know what has happened since then, Alfred.
Absolutely, and that's what's happening right now. In fact, based on what we've heard from the Electoral Commission, it appears that the directive did not take effect, essentially, before the declaration. Because while the press conference was ongoing, EC saying, as you heard some of the say, halt the coalition of Ablekuma North results, awaiting further instructions and the security and other logistics being put in place. Already the EC officer had declared it, that Irabna Obin is the MP elect. And that's what is creating all of this. He cites Okankwe Central, Tema Central, and so on. Thankfully, we'll have some more details on exactly what happened at Tema Central as the show goes on.
Indeed. And I also wonder what caused the cut or the disjointed communication between the Electoral Commission at the head office and their people. Perhaps it could be the duress. But let me bring the conversation now to my guest. Mr. Danko, I was with you before we moved onto the ground. Here we are again, another contested result. The Electoral Commission at the head office is giving one instruction. The officer on the ground is also doing something else. And what is saying some of these have been declared under duress.
I think if it can prove that indeed it was under duress, then that would be unlawful. But if there was no evidence of duress, then I think the power to declare the results does not lie in the head office in Accra, but the man at the constituency level. He has the power. Once he has declared, unless he makes a statement that it was under duress, and if he did so under such circumstances, then probably there will be some legal issue. But even that, once he's declared it, probably it now has to be the court that can overturn that decision. So the legal process will take its course. But for now, the declaration, and I think we have to move on.
But is it so easy to force an electoral officer to declare results in your favor when all the other agents of the political parties are also there? It's a bit hard to wrap my mind around that you had seen that this was in favor of the other person, and you say that you are under duress, so you declare the results in favor of somebody who isn't winning.
I really don't get it, because this tally is just tallying results. You're not recounting. Just the pink sheet, you're summing up. Mathematically, it should be straightforward. Or maybe there are marks in the Excel spreadsheet that you're going to add, the subtract, that one I can't check. But I think we should find a way of moving beyond these basic things of quality at the big place. We know there's not a police station. Maybe there's a mechanism where from that police station, they send directly to somewhere, where the publishing is done automatically. And then nobody can go and park anywhere. Once they are masked, they'll be disputed. But once there are pink sheets on the polling station, you can just scan the pink sheet, and then the analysis will be done.
I see. Doc, we saw a similar situation in Damango. The original returning officer collapsed because of the tensions around there we had. And then someone else who is not the returning officer allegedly has received the information from the head office to declare the results. So declared the Damango results, where the Lands and Natural Resources Minister is the incumbent. He was declared winner of that election. The NDC candidate, Adamuta Wakilu, has contested that result, with all his might at this point. What is it with declaring the results and telling us you are under duress?
Well, to build on what my colleague has stated, I don't understand why the political parties have a system within hours after elections. They were able to determine who has won and who has lost, and why the EC is struggling. Now, all this tells us that there's a major challenge in there, and I think it's not going to be scarce with regards to reforms. It will definitely happen in the future. That one, it's concrete. Now, how can we, solve these petty issues? Just get available clean sheets. What is there? Per the law, collect the results, and then declare. With regards to people not being EC officials or, presiding officers, returning officers declaring it's been contested. Now, yes, legally, now we'll have the legal ramifications onwards. But I think these issues can be just avoided. It was clear. Now, we deal with pay sheets. So, whoever doesn't have the pay sheets, you have to, over the pay sheets. If not, then whatever pay sheets we have, issues pay sheets, and whoever has the pay sheets, you do the tally, you do the collation, and then you declare the results. Now, whoever has any problem, you just go to court. I think I heard one of the NPP big, men talk about this. I don't know whether it was Justin Fudia, one of them.
Right.
In regards to the issue of the Central.
Right.
Where it said it won. Central. Yeah, so I heard him, Campus Central, clearly stating that now we should allow the EC do their work, and whoever has an issue should go to court. I think.
No, but how is there police? How is there security? And you tell me that you declared results and that you rest.
Well,
what was the security man doing there?
From what I have seen, honestly speaking, I haven't seen any EC official declare results and that you rest.
Well, that's what some of your people said. That's in the...
Let's be balance of this one. Of course, we have to be balanced every day. If your people don't mind, they should play the Ukatu Central. My very good friend and brother Ashimpo was standing right. You know, he's not supposed to tell what he says sometimes, but the optics, the optics was not good. But in that instance, I think there was some consensus according to some people that they and Van Davis and Omar. Yeah, I would like you to play it with us.
Would look for it.
So we situate the conversation quite well. And I don't think that any issue official with security present can move to say, I'll make an announcement that is inaccurate. And the truth of the matter, I've been saying this since Sunday. And thankfully, my big brother has come to say the same thing. So if you can actually just make this headline, it will rather help all of us peaceful. It doesn't make sense that no party, or the party don't know who has won. Everybody of any issues relating to the disappearance of this constituency, the photo constituency chairman of the NDC. The Ghana Police Service so far has not given any updates as to the whereabouts of this NDC constituency, that's a photo constituency chair, his whereabouts. And let's hear from the secretary of the NDC Efutu constituency branch. And that's some breaking news coming through right now. and our correspondent spoke to him not too long ago to give us an update on whether they've heard from the police service and also the whereabouts of this chairman.
On Saturday at around 6 p.m., when the whole election saga was about coming to an end, I received a call from one of my ward relation officers that his life was in danger and that I should come and rescue him. So I got the news under an apprehensive situation, so I had to just gather myself and move out. There were some police cars parked at the police center when I was there. But in all this, I decided to secure the services of the military men who were employed there. So I went to them and I told them what was happening. And true to their words, they followed me to the scene. We got to the Second Jano Community Center, where it is being now used as a polling center. It has 3 polling centers there. So when we got there, I was still in the military map, but I saw the vice chairman's car parked in the middle of the road. There were a lot of glass things on them, and all the windscreen and the other side screens seriously damaged. So I wanted to get down, but the military men asked me to leave the car because they felt like my life was also in danger. Then just before I could say that, I saw this NPP tax pursuing my constituency chairman. But then he had also come to the scene to have the matter resolved. They were just attacking the right. They were so furious. And all indications point to the fact that this has been their men. That's why they have been acting without recourse to the law. They take the law into their own hands because they feel like whatever they do, there's a bigger force behind them that pushes them to do whatever they want. So later, the military men have to use all the necessary force to bring the situation to until my chairman was brought to me, including some other bullet agents and all that. So I had to just rescue them, then put them in the van and then just switch them away. So it was in the process that I was feeling informed that the constituency vice chairman was in the car when that incident happened, and the boys had found on him and had severely beaten him. So a witness at the scene gave me a vivid narration of the incident, and he even included some videos to ascertain the truth that these were the guys who were. If I did the videos will speak for themselves. You tell me who and who committed those crimes. So what we have done as a party is to just report the matter to the police, and we are looking up to the police expediting actions on this because there has been a series of events that never warranted in arrest, much more the procession. But our boys have been paraded before the court on countless times, and without any recourse to any right. As we speak now, the last time I spoke to the vice chairman was about 2 days ago, when he told me that he was at unidentified location. So all attempts to get to him yesterday and today, I can even show the number of times I've called him today. So I think I've been trying to get to him in the morning and evening this evening, but still not organized at all. So we don't even know what he is. We don't even know whether he's safe or whatever. But we have some pictures that shows how he was severely attacked. It's just that the pictures are in the hands of the police leader. We know the suspects. What do you think that might have happened to him? He was attacked. He was in the army. Witnesses that were with him and who had to run for their lives. I tested them.
You're welcome to Rejoice Media TV. My name is DJ. I call me social media ambassador. And I for Obadi Eddie Amain. Na enemi no bedi nkomo kakra na ne edi kan no yemfa aseda ma nyankopon boss ro nya asase na ohwe so ma adepachi ye no yemfa aseda ma sa nyankopon na nkomo kakra ye ba bi no is about election. Before election no ye mamo update ye ni budi nkomo ye mama konya no makasa ye platform yin ko ane platform wo ba bia ye nyi no bia timini edi nkomo na yaro hosem se yato abawie na boni bi ensi abato no bibi ensi isi ye na djuma kama police ye na djuma kama abu bie bodampare ne Nana Danko Akufo-Addo Electoral Commission yebo bi abas because they have really done well and adwuma na yede ma omo no indeed omaye amanaso ani na meshiro pictures ni videos bi mo kakra ewa ha so terrible happen ama mia mitimitina ata na mabisa na me ofa dampare wo hoyin mia GP dampare wo hin what has happening edi na akote body ahomama ama baby ayedin edi na asi ama jango sebi akokohwede anya da eyedede wo kwaye mu edi na besi ebedi ebeda Nyankopon ase na Nyankopon kan ye nyina ye ho na dwumadi ebedi orade di anim na di echi ma ye kasa na bibia anya nhyira na nya abotre na nye kasa ede nipa ebekọ adwensa kyerɛ mu eno ene ne ye sere Nyankopon so beboaye na bibia aye abotre mu enti otutu betimi abadwani program no mesere number na be be frone 0240778682 me the number na beto CCA answer na yakaja no koragu ma me fa number no to CCA fa number no to CCA yes number is 0240778682 0240778682 aha me the number na to screen so ozo betimi Friday abam na yeni mpanfo bi musu be di nkomo na ya je omadwenkyere e de afa ho na me no be kasafa videos ni footages bia ekoso e social media no na ebi wo ho a se me mitimi mfa nto so enche all because manhwe ni ye krompo a na ya block me all in the name say is so terrible me ba cho ade we edari we enye movie mu ade me show kire we enye movie mu a video na ye video a Electoral Commission office health insurance office na ye die ye say oh abaya ye kwakoto iriye ye hwe ha health insurance office ye betime collect resource ama security bibia ye fine na by election cry ye kwakoto a before so benya adaje cross security no ansa na wakoduru Electoral Commission no nadin so everybody was recommending dampare ye nyina ebo dampare abaso ye papa IGP ubo abaso ye bo abaso simple NDC ewe ni a yemfa wonsanya IGP because we know what you can do, we know what you are capable of doing, and for that matter everybody in Ghana including media general Captain Smart Kofi Asante in Ashanti region Mugabe everybody even Kevin Taylor they are all supporting IGP. So why are there? At the end of the man, he said, EC officials, or more, and who become when you hear mu to the sense say, some judge to me grab you will be, na say, declare resource. Yet me for so be no declare resource, any resource, Nankasankasa. At the end of the not a chiman. Police of police station. Hiya. Police station what here for? Me pa chow. Enye nchen police station gate down no. Na manfo dampara manfo tu ekita. Na tax mi be wura police station wo bu gate. Eko wura police station wo sese normal. E wura police station inside. Eko kotwe Electoral Commission return officer owo e de ne babon ti say declare resource resource no ko declare no o ntimi nkasa o kan wa ye mistake o say kan say na enti IGP mentiasie o calm down na JM asen aponte ana situation bi o ho a onte ana onkrofo na edi ohwam mo pese o mgu anim ase Any a bit my yes, because IGP pa minimum dear. And IGP be uncle in the baby jump, but on the move. So I am wondering. Now, so just for no more him. So just for. Munim say, please, your mom can someone to live bullet. So just for no mobile support, please, no. Modi statement about say, about to a between. So just need be anya day, and coho. And a man for so who say, oh, so just for uncle dear, any a quanuma dao. The young to abide lesh Ghana. Emma yen ye lesh ma ban yin to mo. Emma sano mo yin course, so mimi won't be that. I stand to be corrected. Because we are not in a military. What year tumuno? A Bible for Besiso, no munina can boom, a beauty or ma because yen na who say, a bino was on Sabi, or mono homodinti Ghana for your MP NDC for Munti. Say MPP for Soroko to a bank NDC to in election. Say MPP for Biman to a ma NDC and MPP to in election. Now you know why two political parties has been dominated over the years because Mimi party we near and Crawford have booming on Baby Semi Noma and Nama Sorako Ghana bar Ghana gas. Adi Amaboya we need to Mukwa position. Hey! Now we are to one a bit yaka. Miss Seramo, Yiniamo. Yinano. Yet ya no to mubi. A casi be or minor con and yet. And you think Kennedy buy a son, and I can't be the Akuba a soon because ye built or minor Mahama can't say 24-hour economy. Even some NDC members were able to explain. And to the extent, a month for years explaining, Bimusim Coconket and Coconket at the years, and it just I could cock portrait from here. And Colan kitten, no, why you want to be far cock as saying, well, we all did all these things, all in the name of Ghana first. Na by na we near. Nipa o mafa ho agu atiefo. Hwe ne ekoso. Hwe ne ekoso. Ama mahama a wa we ne election ko se ogina ni ne odi aroho. John Mahama wa we ne election no odi aroho. Eba ne say na ma president we ni election. Now somebody di aroho because ni amanfo ye no eye ade a egu nanim ase minuamo yesremo mama yen exercise patient because eno ma bi wo ho a emwa. Look at this, look at all this footage. Hwe ye nua security man a ono ekokọ amoto abawie odo wo mani manti oswa ballot paper edi twa nsuo ne de ma isi officials no. All because fire says for your children, the way first you drive, Ogitampa wo was so ballot paper, a box, send a bear, didn't be saved. Now about to you know, just paying for a day account. I did tina ye see. Mama in a sassy patient. Nasi say no, John Dramani Mahama about Abe press conference. Na some more can I say. Nana Adudanko Kufuado. The current president of Ghana. And all the security institutions, please act now. Maybe you don't know what that means. Near actually, security apparatus on all state institutions who say, yes, samba, and to say, Mekoko act in certain way. Name Yenyama order. One, Menkwanda in Senuyam, you bet me, you made. You bet me, owns a gun as the security no corner of first room adding. Near Tosum Yenu. Obi kura betimi afa aba dia ball enko hwe because na ban na iden aba we all know Ghana the way Ghana politics is na ban na iden aba so woni amekire no nti se na ban aba dia we lista ni open obeye yenhwe cars no mo hye ne hwe o eye car enye individual car enye MPP car eye aban car yedi aban sika meme ne tax e-levy na yegige ne normal kitinkite yegige no eye meme no tax no magigi no mo de hye sa no ma wi meme no tax am gi to koto cars e de ma ban situation national health insurance we kai o machine o meto foforo de amamo e dan ya o masi o machine o masi si foforo de amamo sika nko mo di besi no ketibi bia adwuma na wonam fam a wonya adwuma nya no wutumi yɛ de nya adwuma yɛ. Is it when it comes to this side I am feeling emotion kakra because ubekom no na obi ne share chire na all here some yodium so bekom na ono nkra ne ban ye den enka ho na ne ban ye den enka ho enti se ekoba ne se ya na ya arehosem e de ma oman Ghana ya arehosem pa de ma oman Ghana na e ba ne sen ene kukudu sa mpempenso yi mebo Dr. Mahmoud Baumia abaso se sebi onya akokoduro na oye yenhwe picture we video ya komadan ya to aba wie ye gi aniti ye kosesa enoma a ewo ho ye kosese isi noma na ebi mususu de sekan twitwa omo chese omo twitwa omo ho sekan abaya abranti ye okutu we ye twa ne sekan a sebi ni yamu no nso no kora yigu ba ko so de kita na okọ no hwe wonhu won se okọ no otofam ye twa ne sekan na ni ye de na ode ye den eko. All in the name of JDM. All in the name of JDM. Ya take aban AC officials. Police for kwa juomo. Wasi kwan se oma police ni ma. Wasi kwan yo oma police ni ntwam na police for na kwa ji AC official na se oma kwa solve problem no. Omo ja itwam gagagaga hwe. Wona oda ho no. Wona oda ho hwe. Wona oda ho no. Wona oda ho no o maame no papa bo ho ka oyiri tifie obekom kra na yira wo fresh aware de say sika ho identity obi amanfo ntimi nware obekom no ne girlfriend be 3 Christmas obi ani da so amaye so oja anye den abema na kakra na odi akwa Christmas wona wawu ko no enkohwe mesi anye den enkohwe wadwini se wa ban na aba enkohwe because John Dramani Mahama no o ya sunjwe hwene hwe woni ye pija no ka akra ye hwehwe we kra de wawu flat o masi please for no kwan omomo nko hwe hwene ye koso hwe district assembly akofa noma common fund na amoji no mo obi o mo di ma disable omo yare omo che noma de mankrofo wo ko assembly bia ye wo ho ye was high na mo office wo because obi wo nsuo be fa no obi wo he ja beto na yi mu obi wo ho a ahunyenye bi betumi aba ye district assembly na say nadmo coordinators na mo wo ho no omo hwe se sa ankrofo na you okay eno na normal on be chicha mankrofo okọ assembly sa day amanfo de omo ha ba so all these things omo chema need this all these things omo chema communities all in the name of Yahweh ni abanti we ani asesa na ede kono hwe kwabenane hwe o yenhwe wo de yenhwe hwe oh God have mercy ohiama ya ayemre ohiama Ghana ya yemre ohiama ye acte as if say na se ni nyina mo no ayana me di blame my mpanyimfo no bi wake up call to John Dramani Mahama, the current president. I say the president elect. Say, bra obey. I me offer John Mahama, me de me throw off a back a bra obey. Ghana for to Obama massively. You have every right to do whatever you want. First, in the because we be do by you. A man for ne do by because say, ye man penny na. Anya me fa ne currency yi atamos ofiri mu na obaye nti ade yampanyifo bi ne chusu we Ghana po na chusu ye to aba yiu ya sen yiu aba back asia mo parliamentarians ani odi be ye bia obetimi ade aye sese o mo wanya na krompo wanya bia nkan kra it's okay for you yes sir for nice form Ghana fo nya bibia se obenya adwuma mamra nya adwuma amamranche ko manuba ne nya kwabena mensamba ne basa you go down to the history said there was a president who came lost the election but returned to the seat and make changes to the country also obabe reset the country now and we are yet to see and people like Kevin Taylor I am praying say Senate President Edini Mraso na what me call it the current sitting president say on calling for security officials, the Ghana Army, the migration, the police service. No more acting, no more stop it there, no man a cosono. Why you bold? This time he's not a NDC candidate anymore. He is the next president of Ghana, and for that matter, he's a statesman. The way I call it for no, so ma amra enye adwuma. Na se mra be ye adwuma o man we mu a eno ano no. Because Kevin Taylor at radio so any TV so kire nkrofo minister woni dan nie ni location nie we ni car nie ni number nie we say eno ma ekoso I don't want to like go there at all. Me nua mo NDC for mon kan hu ni say minim so obi hwe me a den ya na yire kra ya MPP ni samodi mo nkai bibia ebra mo gimoni mon kai se muni MPP for na ejimoni ebom mo jimoni o but muni MPP for na ejimoni ede ebom munyina na mo sa ebom na se munyina na mo sa ebom na munyina na mo jimoni bom dia ene mesere mo moma yinyina ye act moma yinyina ye nkasa na ye nkasa nkire ekitafo na ye na ye ekitafo no so eye wonye tumi ye party na aba o party na aba but moma yinto ye bo se ya nto ye bo a ye di problem ene ebre ye mampanyi John Dramani Mahama se wan to bo a wo di problem ene ebre John Dramani Mahama all because why winning election we or the whole dream promises are making you know kwan obefa so ayeden a deliver and I also so number bi and I also so hwe kwan obefa so ayeden akosai noma na waluti noma na ebasi ya na akromfo edo mo hu awuram akromfo no di o mo hu awuram no ye mbo bia din o ye kobo John Dramani Mahama edin se eye ono na masa noma we yede asi mi wa na Mahama nim ho hwe wotini baby dwen kwan ba fa so abo man na ho ban na se yesi ya ebeboa minyini se ebeboa. So enough is enough, and I think say people like Kevin Taylor, you people should advise yourself. Would you want to Ghana be and Kevin Taylor they want to Ghana be into what baby and all my instructions say you see ya hey before you do that think about where you come from, think about the family you are living in, think about the situation you are in. Now say what thinking about all these things are I don't think say you go ahead to fulfill some people's order. You go ahead to fulfill some people's order by doing what? Going out, burning things in effort. Now election no ako over. Electoral Commission will declare and run you see what tapa. You see what tapa. It was so terrible. It was so terrible. Anything you message and say, Mama yina yensisa. Enfini noma bi yeden ye ho. Na say sesa free sa noma ya ye no ho a. Edi asundwe eno odo ene bebre o man Ghana. Na say ye sa noma we die ye hyehye adan na asefo no de emwa. Ye wa ban ya we ni tu akose chese. Nipa mienu obi ekita washing machine na washing machine wan na be jisu. Hwe? Edi nam krom we ya roho se magana. Ya roho e kire se o man na ehia ye pa. Ehia yen mbino. Yes, and that was just by the way near Ekoso no. And yenti Sam George nsin bi o kan.
But I remind you of one thing. Her reign of tyranny came to an end on December 7th.
Yes.
She must abide by the law.
Yes, these are the things that Ekoso and Rap Ewotepa. And normal Ekoso Watepa and Rap and am ye be the children. Na na nim say beso ho a Ekoso my electoral commission. Electoral commission offices various places get them. I say, because in Yashi, no one say here. Because in Yashi say, no one say, all because you are any power there. And now, O man, you're a contract. Tamale ABC, it's a region, a coastal, and run tepa, suggest for any intervenir. Now, suggest for so the only say, young conco be sasa one a dink, one a yesi, one a command by Yanyesa. To only a mature. Enunti Anna John Dramani Mahama, Afre, ye mampanyin Kufuado, say, on calling it security for no normal active. Na baby edunu si anhwe ne yi a ye de nsem bibrebe ba Ghana gas na manfa sori se ye ko omafa ye adwuma ye aban na aban ti mu am ye adwuma dada mu nyina mu mfiri bo refi se Ghana for mu refi se de mra ne bu oman mu refi se ne ye bia ye de man abotre ene odo ene bu oman no enti atin se ne ye koso eno no tie fom fa che me trust me show mo footage no but atin se networking shede ye good ewo me side ha signal na ehedam ba ye but then ye be restore be bia na be bia den adadin but ne meka akwakusi ni se moma ye nyina ye sazi patient na ye hwe ne be bo oman no na ye ntie ensem bia eye MPP4 panyimfo edi tuja na before election no ye ntie ensem a ekoso ne ye mususu se ema omo elusu abam
from 28 will see Bawumia as part of him.
Yes.
So what Bawumia has done is nothing new. If there is space, it is simply Kennedy Ohene Japan. And I will tell you one thing.
Tell me.
Kennedy may lose, but he will plan 2028.
He will be 67 then.
Forget about age. Biden is president in US. Age is just a number.
No, but it will probably depend on the outcome of the election.
I'm telling you today, Bawumia will win and lose the general election.
And that's your opinion.
It's going to happen.
Well, that's your
Put down today's date.
Yeah.
Today is
4th November.
Yeah, I chance on it. We have 309 days to general election. 309 days. Bawumia will win this internal contest, lose the general election. When he loses, the MPP will begin to think properly. And they begin to find fault. The establishment will collapse. I'm telling you today, anybody who followed MPP politics, after anytime MPP goes into opposition, the establishment collapses. Go back to 2007. I was in Legon when Polafoko was slapped. I was there, right there, because then I was in MPP. I saw with my eyes, not somebody telling me. At that time, Alan was a dinosaur in the MPP. Alan was untouchable. You could see all the forces, like today the forces, Marshall against Kennedy and in for Bawumia. That forces was for Alan Chamantin in 2007.
I was there, I saw it too.
Fantastic. So that was the time Alan was Alan. You could hear the song, Obi Aranti se wu, Alan Chamantia na yepe. That was the time. And Nana was lucky because people said that, oh, let's reward Nanado. Other than that, Alan could have, if they had gone for runoff in 07, Alan would have won. I'm telling you today, if they had gone for runoff in 2007, Alan would have won. Others say, okay, you are older than me. Go and let me follow. And look at what they did to him. So, if the NPP loses 2024, that establishment that collapsed in 2007 against Alan will collapse against Bawumia. And that is when Kennedy may have an opportunity. And I'm telling you today, Kennedy will lose. He will not give up. Because he will come again 2027. And at that time, NPP will be organic.
When according to you,
according to me,
would have lost the election.
Yes,
according to you.
Yes, he will lose 2024. And when he loses, you will not have the advantage of MCEs, DCEs, no CEOs, no ambassadors. So that establishment will collapse against you. And at that time, the party will begin to search for the organic leader. The leader who has been with them 20, 30 years down the lane. And at that time, the rules will not work for Bawumia. Because let me tell you today, some of the DCs, ministers, CEOs, appointees of Mahama today, he can't find them around him. After he lost power, Mahama can't find some of them. It's natural. Some of them will go into oblivion. They will hide the money they make. They will hide the contact they make. They will not put it into the political space. So after 2024, some of the ministers you see today, the DCs, the ambassadors, they will go into oblivion. So the party will revert to the organic status of the MPP. That is where Kennedy will be relevant. And let me tell you, Kennedy is going to kick out some of the certain MPs who kick against him.
Well, he said that.
It's going to happen.
He said that.
Kennedy is going to sit down, mobilize money, and he's going to look at the constituency he won against the MPs who stood against him and kick them out.
And I'm looking at the results and some of these constituencies that you mentioned. You know,
Yes.
the one that first crossed my mind, the one at Kwesi-Minti.
Okay.
The MP there was Vosivros. I've forgotten his name. I think he's
Okay.
a deputy minister as well.
Right.
Vosivros against Honorable Ken.
Go to
He
Bantama.
couldn't get the numbers there.
Go to Bantama, and you could see the number. There is an MP, sector minister, yes, Asenso, who stood against Ken publicly. Ken gets 402, but Bawumia gets 422. The implication is that already Bantama, there's a rift. The immediate past MP who died, what is the name? Otuma Bwaje, has a faction.
Yeah.
And that faction is against Asenso.
Yeah.
Kennedy gets in and gets 402, you get 422.
He's coming for you.
He's coming against you. So, the avalanche of the MPs who stood against Ken, he's going to map them and kick them out of parliament.
He has said that publicly.
Now, you go into an election with Ken controlling some of the MPs. So after 2024, Ken will come back stronger. So me, the NDC, we must set up again 2028. For 2024, I will tell you today, the NPP has elected a loose cannon candidate. And look, Mahama got 98% from the NDC.
Yeah.
He got 98%.
Yes.
If you look at the percentage Bawumia is going to get, it will not be close to 70%.
Well, the figures suggest so.
He will get 70%. Ken is pulling. Look,
I've got a few more results coming
okay?
in. Yeah.
Ken will pull, and Bawumia can make 70%. If Bawumia is unable to make 70%, the implication is that 30% of your people don't like you. Relative to Mahama, who got 98%, meaning that only 2% don't like Mahama. So unlike NDC, who gave Mahama endorsing victory of 98%, Bawumia, you are getting 70%. The implication is that at your own backyard, people don't like you.
Yeah.
And it's a huge number, 30%.
And the NDC will take advantage of that.
We are going to take
I'm going to
advantage
come back. I'm going to come back to you, but I'm getting some results, some new results. This one is coming from Techimine South. Techimine South. And 753. That's a Martin Ej's Mentor's constituency there. Dr. Akoto 6, Adainimo 3, total votes cast 1,317. In Ejumako Enyan Esiam.
Now call for two abamam. Now you're thrown on far. They will punish you. Because you have to account for your leadership to them. And they will decide if they are satisfied with your leadership or not. But grassroots follow a permanent because they've seen that I'm the only one across the country, Tamale, Wa, Boko, everywhere. They call me and I pick my phone. If you are making them, who may trick, so who friend or Becky comes as we never try to be mount. So,
Okay.
Be only a persistent. If you are me, I speak to them nicely. So, indeed, I'm a grassroots permanent. Me call Addo Hono, me share scene and so. That's the way they were winning. What's a share? And you want come mo. And you want come ma. Because almost started by 3 p.m. At the end, started 7. Ena, me no mkokasa. Honorable Katie Hamo.
And to bet me, I say, who to influence the success
To her,
address for
media, I don't know, one and will consider with him how and then be loose or whatever.
Okay.
Or to her, the fool said, me coming there no, going there no, Ebua.
Katie.
Katie Hamo has also admitted, say, me going there no. Now, all odds were against Katie. And the problem I have is, who to me is my friend, Katie is my friend. So what you say?
But me say, who to me want to be against Katie Ham on the basso.
Yeah, wouldn't you say Katie respecting? So, Tina the both say obey me too. And I make a chance say, when you look at his performance in Parliament and everything, it is not enough to say obey respect you into be true. Baby, I'm won't to me a differ.
Okay.
But if you know or yeah money question openly telling everybody say or this can be true. I want to share my bufu na mzekraji who this can show be my friend who this can be true.
But I say obi
owa enye sika but enipa no ne hodo. Me my first can call Katie.
Okay.
I just took one day to go around and campaign with them.
That's so.
And
no cry and cow again, you know. Say ya neko. Ever pass him out okay. Maybe but yes, almost 1 year ni. My group will be your friend group no JDM advocacy group. It is as the same way. That be what interest or no asabu bossy. Oh, you're bad advocate pa. JDM advocacy group. Captain Becca, your mom, yes, man.
oh,
You're bad advocate.
maybe a presiding officer.
You're bad make sure. Say obi biara. Ah, just so you're involved with biara. Look, make it info biara. Obi timi frɛ lands commission. Was as way. Fadin we to so. Oh, we nipa message. Was it Fadin to so? What the to so are backdate echo NDC appenso. Let's say Mobana Mubu Grana and up say NDC time so message some proponi no papa them.
Okay.
Ah, we know ministers or mode can't message as Yamamo. Sans profono. Oh, Gradian Kupo. A dear mode more with the two swinging and Yanya. Share what I do. Eh? What they mean, Modi. But what share estate houses far? Look at you can say Chado as a symbol. Now, me shiny pana, me say, no, but there's a cow,
Not all.
and what twice as you know, first. Now, shut Danya, yes, swat. Hey, now they be young Grovana. Eti abai mu a ye ba no
we are Diamond Hill Kumasi.
Hey, ye ba se e ba benya ye ho anase ye ba be ye aduma e de abo man Ghana. Ye one thing ese se Ghana for. Look, be se sa change ka ti uni ma de ba ko pe. Ade no so ma me kwa ma me modi wa ntu de ma me.
Yeah, here.
Ade ba kwa ye be de pa se change ya ba.
Ba me yanko.
E japade no.
Ko.
Ya kate no say who
Say see.
Esi
Japade dey be san ye.
Esi Hey, my printing books no go. Me say Ghana for kan no muntie. Just say me nije a ewo makuma. Enya kio. Sadi na etima ende no. Enu anu no. Do mahama ana wo papa ye ajapade. Hwe won to me mo starting party o mo machines ni na free kwaye no.
Yeah, here.
Won to me mo.
Oh.
Kwaye no mo de machines akogu mo say no.
Wa wache.
Wo mo hya siem party. No. Afeni aye declaration.
Ebi eba.
Afeni aye declaration.
Kasa eba.
Besi krom ha. Na but say ye threaten IGP say omo da so power nti. Mo ya less than 1 month.
Can you na say IGP?
What change IGP ne? Ye be pajo Mahama amana green state no. Look. Me say airport. What the government official bia was say wodo ye be ma no. Wodo airport was say wodu pai.
Now the why order? Why order?
Me say I have taken over.
Hey, really?
Nobody just two no mutu pai no. Obi betima to pai 2-3 times a week. When you way? So you say my airport.
Yeah, sure.
Me ha luggage ne kita no. Ya pakisi kama. Odrupe ojegu ho no aba. No asa ticket. No woko. Ya beji sika ni nyina Majo Muhammad ya pete Ghana.
Ebenya sika ne. Ebenya sika.
Wonim near vice president aye. Vice president, what the secretary no, they will go to jail. Do you know why?
Can you say?
One will say, media, me sure Lord that the lawyer wa here. Me nim say ye womra, etrese, ye go do ye two organa ha nyina no. What they kwa no ne akwa koton a percentage bi emra Ghana. Na ye mfa moa o man Ghana. Na ya hemfo no so enyo mo royalties in free. Wonim de womaye. Enkrofo bia nya sika mo hu kwa yom befa so adi. Etu omo for mo gold company. Ana omo de akwakohye free zones ase. Nanka how on earth I say gold company.
Now the other people gold company nanka. If you Chrome have gold as someone some enti kro im kra na ye kofa say gold for oil, gold for Nanaya, gold for Mansa Musa, gold for wine.
Your friend Nanaya Abuedi.
What's that?
Nanaya Abuedi.
Ladies and friend Nanaya Abuedi. Gold for wine, gold for wine. It's a gold, did it?
Na free zones so at the two companies in them. Now, what we are picking is a Grophobia Jessica will grow her tama or who our mediscado. And who can go fast or would be free from alcohol. What would you find to bank and so? Entino, what would the gold company Aqua free zones? I say, it would require who for one city cry and back to Ghana. How can you decide with it to the nation? Enti what we say can no money. What would the nini to gold? Nobody are fast company so no more just getting in our brutally. They say,
I say, dear, na exemptions deal. So we say, company no one way no type of bang, and if you are in way, and GIPC act, you know, and my home crime, so one way percentage of him being. JDM na emrano na akwa wo baby na fa advantage.
What the organization?
But what I mean is my finding out. Look, that gold companies they don't qualify under free zones. They don't qualify under free zones.
So say Ghana free zones laws na those.
I don't know what I say.
Investment promotion, GIPC, free zone board, these things. In the AJ unya sa emrana
mra papa enka vice president echron enka chief of staff will be aware.
This is a moment of hope, unity and opportunity for our great nation. However, I must address a matter of urgent importance tonight. Transitions from one administration to another create the impression of a vacuum of power, and certain people are easily compelled to act in their own parochial interest instead of the national interest. I've received reports of attacks on state offices and installations. While it's unclear who is behind these attacks, I condemn them in no uncertain terms. These acts must cease immediately. As I said during my post-declaration speech, I urge the youth not to vent their frustration in criminal enterprise. Instead, they must channel their anger and frustration into the positive enterprise of resetting and rebuilding our beloved nation. I urge all our citizens to remain calm and avoid actions that could harm our institutions and our democracy. We have fought hard for change, and now is the time to demonstrate our commitment to rebuilding the Ghana we want through unity and understanding. Because state power is still in the hands of the present administration, I call on the President and the security agencies to act decisively to curb the ongoing acts of lawlessness immediately. I thank you, my fellow citizens, for your unwavering support in Saturday's election. This is a moment of hope, unity and opportunity for our great nation. However, I must address your unwavering support in Saturday's election. This is a moment of hope, unity and opportunity for our great nation. However, I must address a matter of urgent importance tonight. Transitions from one administration to another create the impression of a vacuum of power, and certain people are easily compelled to act in their own parochial interest instead of the national interest. I've received reports of attacks on state offices and installations. While it's unclear who is behind these attacks, I condemn them in no uncertain terms. These acts must cease immediately. As I said during my post-declaration speech, I urge the youth not to vent their frustration in criminal enterprise. Instead, they must channel their anger and frustration into the positive enterprise of resetting and rebuilding our beloved nation. our citizens to remain calm and avoid actions that could harm our institutions and our democracy. We have fought hard for change, and now is the time to demonstrate our commitment to rebuilding the Ghana we want through unity and understanding. Because state power is still in the hands of the present administration, I call on the President and the security agencies to act decisively to curb the ongoing acts of lawlessness immediately. I thank you, my fellow citizens, and may God bless our homeland, Ghana.
Yeah, so this is what John Dramani Mahama, the president-elect, called upon the current administration, the president of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Dampare, IGP, and then Kandapa, the minister, and then defense on your original messages for no. Say, I'm sorry, na ebane saying and a Ghana, yetimetrama 4 years, ebedrune 8 years, na ntokwa BNC, na neidie, mogogo mohoman crofo, police station pa na nipa ewura ho ebubu noma. Na police for gina ho. Ehu ya police for madana ya mana. Ana say to me be a Jeffrey Munsa. You should act now. Arrest. Make sure the country is safe. Because people are watching, investors are watching. The country, Ghana, we are at peace. But after election, no bibi, I'm an aqua to say, you war mudia. I didn't say any pan selfish interest. As the president said, say, Unimipa or DH, and he is not supporting it, he's condemning it every day and night. And a debut of Biano over condemn it. We in a John Dramani Mahama, Anijia, any Abrawa winning election and Crawford, a say Jumawi. And you may in day, yen sign for the videos in better two programs so na I was so I didn't what should be. Send a beya also so about history, when you be heading. Aka, and no my cosono, idea ain't ye, a bini and a wash just a police station, and a kucho hoshia. A chohoshio, police 1 year and ye can't jagum natchez, yes, sure. All in the name of this man. A friend Crawford. Echira manfo se monko ha monko yesi nti enti Kevin Taylor cast mana wudi echiri esremo we ontimi magana obeba Ghana krompo anyenne enti esremo a ni diem allegedly ne mate se eso aka no me evidence it is an alleged and in social media no so tini e can say don't listen to somebody and act as if you don't have sense. Sorry to say that na yinyina ye make sure say peace na yenya no we're going to enjoy it and also let the rest of the world know, say Ghana, we are not at war, but we are at peace. So what you see. Now, you video bimra. I am a DBI sorry. I home the but any DBI say video.
3 days, minidi. Me ya mo jam sa 3 days Ronaldo. What man people for? At you lose some my yali 3 days. Me ya me kotolet na mi wu. Nanado, what my money out at some family must Miss Ronaldo, why you at Yam and I am a ya? What is Nanado Miss Lawada? So be Pedro, now what sending your mapa, said you could watch then your mapana, make us a 1 year diana, why you near monkey and get your boy here for. Now so, come out for the 1 year who am I yo? Why any 2 abamong? 1 year who did that 3 days, minidi. Me ya mo jam sa 3 days Ronaldo. What man people for? At me lose some my yali 3 days. Me ya me kotolet na mi wu. Ronaldo, what my money out at some family must say. Miss Ronaldo, why you at yam and I am a ya? What is Ronaldo Miss Lawada? So be Pedro, now what sending your mapa, said you could watch then your mapana. Make us a 1 year diana, why you near monkey and get your boy here for. Now so, come out for the 1 year who am I yo? Why any 2 abamong? Why you?
Yes, this woman, Nisama or can I say, Nanado, wa omo, ama, sama for mercy. Honor expressing anger, Editor Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo. Yes, and some media Addo that. Na cost but Nana Pambi for Ada Ghana for us. sɛ ɔmo ato aba ɛde ama no ɛberɛ a na nnipa nyina mu sɛ sɛbisɛbi woyɛ youth na wɔn sɛ na wɔmfata no Ghanafoɔ de the first of ɛto aba de ma no bi a ɔno nso so ɛɛsɛ no thanks giving ɛde ma Ghanafoɔ nyinaa sɛ ɔda ɔmo ase especially the youth mo a social media use no platform ɛde bɔ ne dwuma ma no nyinaa na kwa no bi a kɔ ɛsɛ thanks gratitude ɛde ma no nyinaa sɛ mo so moayɛ adeɛ sɛ motumi aboa and of course ɛka ho wate ase nti yɛbɛhwɛ nana kwa no bi akɔ ɛdeɛ no yɛaba ne yɛaba bɛmɔpɛ yɛntie nsɛm a nana kwa no bi akɔ ɛyɛ amanfoɔ fam kyɛda sɛ wonim kyɛda nana kwa no bi akɔ ne nsɛm a ɔkae yɛbɛkɔ ɛbɔbɔtumi na ɔso ɛtumi ebi di afa aba.
This humility has driven me to stand in front of the nation and thank them for their support. Now I know that it's not easy for people to give me a vote that can only be paid for, but you have shown me love by giving me this vote without asking for anything. And that shows how much you want a change for this country. And I want to say that the new force, we appreciate you, Ghanaians. We are not the new force without Ghanaians. And I always say that Ghanaians made us. It's just the name, but the spirit and the people behind and the force that supports this group and this movement, that's what has brought us this far. I know it hasn't been easy. 8 months of campaign, and there's been trials and tribulations. It's been thick and thin, up and down. But you did not give up on me, and I'm so grateful. And you did not give up on the movement, the new force. Well, I want to tell you today that I will not give up on you as a nation. I would always stand by you, and I always stand by this country. This is where I'm from, and this is where I will live for. So please, the hope is here, and it as well Abba for real. And I don't want you to give up, because I will never give up. I will always stand up, and I will always move together, because I know whatever that brought us together is stronger than what can pull us apart. And we have some work to do to redeem our nation and to rebuild our country. For this reason, I would like us all to also support the President-elect, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and his team, his cabinet, and also the parliamentarians. I think that we're facing some crisis, but we should never expect anybody to come from outside to fix this crisis or these problems or issues for us. They will be within us. So I'm not here to be a partisan. I'm here to be a part of how this nation will be developed, how the future of our children will be secured. And I put myself there for the country, that whatever they need me for, whatever I can be used for, whatever I can do to contribute for the future of this country, just count me in first. Remember that I'm not doing it for myself. I'm doing it for my country and for my people. And I'm very much proud of you. I want to use this moment to thank you on behalf of my wife, my economists, the team, and everyone that supported us. I don't know how history is made, but I think your contribution is prevailing a story that can be put in the category of historians. Thank you very much, Ghana, and thank you to all the regions and all the supports and the votes. God bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you. but the do as you do as Ghana, Yamfa Benkum and Yamfa Nifa, Yakoya. Now, I need to me say, the bomber basso, say Ghana for Nyasa or to me or but as Sudriano and a dear Koyani. Now, Messu Mitra home money pa, a dear Sudri ever. Tiene baya, be perceive bomber basso. More must support him in you don't know him, say, Messica, and I'm with Bema to a mammy. Name so so to. And Sugana for what let me say, yes, a door and more to ye. Now, baby, I'm engineering, and then Memus and Yagana for so I gave you a commission platform with Supra and then can make us assembly. Now, me per se, and I see any inch random at the moment. Yea, pet, ye painting a day, Nemumi and baby, any gun and be of a fun and to my baby a friend, and I'm a yin, boom, say a the person who said, "Yamaya, mamma, no meniaso, meniajo." Now, my person with him is super dark, President elect, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Say, the manamo, so what's me a far banner? Or Nico, Eddie, almost some two drop, and no may be a way yet, and no may be a why yet, ah, Ghana for a kite, say ya coin, say ya airports, say ya development. It has contributed to what Ghana is today. And no, and the mama regime will be said. So no baba ye can defoa, and it does so tribute in every waba, because why be that? No ye and so assembly and back, the mum assempa and TV a buyer. Not a be more than ye and Canania, and so move free so not a normal about together. It's an enemy in a heart. If a son was me born a basso, let me want to move. Say, a man in the action and summer. A Maya already problems were. Ah, me free said, on dear, so the cabinet, any parliamentarians or more, any ministers in the Boma, crisis even be cut down. Now, the Timia managing for the next 4 years, I'm yet me a coyeni. And you think, and I'm to move, I guess he was said. Your money hear me for Viana. Near party are in the ruling power, and so hear me a meeting me a year, except for policies I buy a B say a big Ghana Bebo Ghana say on my penica say and used to be Juma. It is for the sake of the nation. I stand by that and I'm here say me support it any Ghana mine near me so kakra me wanna meet media board man. I am ready and count me in. Say I will always stand by the country, the nation. On that note, me person like I said, me support it. President-elect John Dramani Mahama, and I'm congratulating him. Senior Officer Oyebiano, and I'm Smith, I am here to do so for the nation, for the country. Thank you. Your soul, your heart, and your mind is behind everything that you do. It should be genuine intention. So your stomach doesn't dictate the future. It takes your mind, your soul, and your heart take you to a destiny where you belong and what you can really do to contribute. But I know you guys know that I came from the private sector and I've just finished a campaign. You must really think that yes, this young man has invested a lot. I've gone in the books of historians, but also it's the beginning of a new chapter for me, even compared to the businesses that I used to do, just by building homes.
Boss.